What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a replay analysis, whatever the hell, replay review, something. I forget what the hell I called the series, but anyway, I'm going to be looking over one of my replays. So this is the first game in my promo series for the new season, and the purpose of this video is to show you how you can turn around a losing lane into a winning game. So I don't want to call anyone out. Yeah, that's not the purpose of this video, but what it boils down to is, this is a pretty high elo game. You see Chris in here, Otter's in here, and again, I don't want to be mean, or sound elitist or anything, but the fact of the matter is that the server is just not on the same level as everyone else, right? So, I mean, even her starting items, longsword and health pots, are not very smart. And anyway, what I'm trying to get across is you'll see that as the game goes on, whether or not you think it's by the fault of me or the fault of the server, we end up not doing well in the lane. So this is going to be kind of showing you guys how to roam and bring your team ahead even if you're losing lane. So yeah, and this is one of the reasons why I think Leona is so strong, because even if you're not doing well in lane against, okay, for starters, this is a counter lane. Vayne Thresh does counter Leona Sivir in pretty much every way possible. But you notice that Sivir also hasn't used her Q a single time to push the wave, which is very bad. And you should also take W at level 1 as Sivir so you can push the wave more. And I also told her this in Champion Select. I said, this is a counter lane, so if we don't push, we're going to be pushed against tower and we won't be able to do anything, and Vayne will get farmed. So you have to push a level 1. Unfortunately, that ended up not happening. So what's going to happen is we're going to get pushed into our tower, and we pretty much won't be able to do anything. The reason why Thresh counters Leona is because he can E her out of her E, right? He can flay her Zenith Blade, and then after that, obviously she has no way to actually get to anyone. And Vayne counters Sivir because Vayne can just tumble the Boomerang Blade, and then Sivir has no damage output. So this is basically a counter for counter lane. I mean, this is the biggest counter you can get, essentially. But, I mean, you can always win against a Vayne, at least pre-6, by just pushing her into tower, which is pretty easy to do as Sivir, and we could have done it, but anyway, you'll see me get flayed out right here, and that's exactly what you want to do against Leona. Very good play by Thresh right there, flaying me out of the Zenith Blade. That is exactly what you want to do. Anyway, I'm just going to kind of fast forward through this laning phase because honestly it's not really that relevant. You can see we're kind of just getting zoned out right now. I can't really put pressure on because he can always flay me out, and Sivir isn't using her Boomerang Blade to push the wave. So I do get a little bit of an engage on there because Thresh made the mistake of separating from Vayne. And if you ever separate from Vayne, then that gives Leona a free Zenith Blade onto your carry. So that was a pretty big misstep by Thresh right there. And that lets us push up the lane a little bit. I think Lee Sin comes down, and I think I get away with a flash here. Yeah, get over the wall with a flash. So we're fine there, but I'm pretty low health, and I decide to stay because well, Thresh comes up to cancel my back, and then the wave down here is building up, so I know that's going to be at our tower soon, so I just decide to stay instead. And we're playing through this, and I think I die soon coming up here. and then you'll see my reaction to that, I guess. I actually don't know when it happens, but right now we should be playing in the middle of the lane and pushing, but yeah, Silver ends up getting chunked right there, almost dies, gets really close to dying, and we're gonna back here. We're really far behind in XP. As you can see on the left side of your screen, Vayne and Thresh are level 5, and we're still level 4. See how far they're a full level ahead of us. If you look at the bottom left, I'm about halfway through, and Vayne is also about halfway through. So yeah, we're about a full level behind right now. So we come back to lane, and ward up for Lee Sin. Pretty standard stuff. Right here, go on Vayne. I get hooked in, and she has Bulge Water, end up dying. That was probably a mistake by me. But at the same time, I think we could have actually fought if Sivir would have stayed in with me. But I could have also just not gotten hit by the hook. And you see what happens right here? I say, okay, screw that. It's basically what I say is, okay, that lane is going nowhere. So I'm just going to go middle right now. And I walk around because I want to get around him to make sure he can't get away. And I come in. I'm not here for the actual kill, but I'm here to counter the gank from Riven and Lee Sin, which is pretty crucial because Maokai would have been pretty screwed there by himself. I put the Ignite down on Riven, kind of staying in the fray right now, trying to waiting for my cooldowns to get back up. You can see at the bottom my cooldowns are all back up now. I go in, he gets a nice root, we end up getting the kill on him, and we do also get the kill on Lee Sin from the Stun and Power Chord, or Q, whatever it was. And then we get to push the tower. So we just went middle, and for me going middle, we got 3 kills, and we're going to get a tower off of it. And yeah, maybe Sivir is feeling a bit down on herself in the bot lane, but that sometimes you just have to make the call. And then right here, I say, I'll rewind this just so. So let me pause this to just mention something really quick. I watched this communications, well, I forget what it's called. It's called Role Review or something like that. I forget what the hell it's called, but I'll put it in the description of this video. It was something on Machinima Versus that they do with Monte Cristo, where he kind of just talks about random subjects for 50 minutes or so. And what he talked about this week was COG shot calling. And one of the things that he mentioned that is crucial in shot calling is that you want to have a plan of what you're going to do before it actually happens. So you want to set up a hypothetical like, okay, if Kha'Zix comes, we dive, or something like that, right? So what I did in my team right here is I said, I have ultimate up, if Kha'Zix comes, we dive him. Okay, alright, so I said that, so right when he comes, my team knows that I'm going to commit 100% onto this. So my team commits because I already told them that I was going to commit onto it. So I end up getting the kill on him. I survived with about 100 HP. So communication is really important in not only competitive play, but in solo queue as well. You want to communicate to your teammates so you're on the same level, because if they didn't know I was going to dive there, they might have been like, that's a bad decision or something, right? They maybe would have second guessed me going in. But because I told them that I was going to go in before it actually happened, they trusted the call and they just went in with me. So that's pretty important to do. One of the things people ask me a lot is, how do you make people like go in with you or something like that? And that's pretty much how you do it right there. So right here, I clear this ward at Dragon to give us a little bit more control, and I see that they're fighting bottom, so I ping them coming down. Lee Sin actually backs off because he saw me clear the ward at Dragon, and we're just going to push this tower down here. I put wards behind the tower to make sure that, to see if we can actually dive, but we can't because Thresh is there. And right here, I just decided to walk all the way around because I didn't want to get condemned into the wall, and I'm just going to run with Olaf here. As you can see, Chris also knows that this game was not going very well based on several things that happened. So I believe Sona got killed early, and then I got killed early as well. So he lands a really good axe on Kha'Zix, and I'm able to land an ult on him as well, and he goes down with no problem. And something that's common in like high elo players that know how to carry games is they're gonna roam, and if the game is going sour, then they know that they need to make a play or something. So Chris told Malachi that he needs to go hold top, and we just roamed, and that was it. And he roamed all the way bottom, and then roamed all the way mid to get a kill on him, and then came back top to kill this tower. I catch Revan here, kind of just zoning her off. I have a lot of defensive stats right now, so she can't really do anything to me. Very good crescendo, catches Lee Sin, and he just gets bursted. And I go in for the KS right there. I wasn't actually trying to KS, but the AD marks are too strong. I actually look to soak XP on blue right there because I'm roaming, I do need to get XP from something. So I believe I soak XP off this well. Nope, I give full XP to him. So, or full XP to, well, I guess Sona and Olaf split it. But yes, because I'm roaming like that, I did want to split XP on blue buff at least, because I need to get XP from somewhere. Only getting XP from kills is decent, but then you basically are just a jungler that isn't doing jungle camps, and if you're a jungler that isn't doing jungle camps, then you're going to fall behind. So the most important things here is that I decided to pick up mobility boots and sightstone because I am a roaming support. So I wanted to pick up sightstone to ward around the map more often so we can make picks easier, and obviously mobility boots allow you to run around faster to clear. And so we have pretty good pink ward control up right now. And I saw that Vayne was backing off when I was going bottom, but it turns out they had a ward here instead of bottom where I sweeped, which is okay. And I now that I'm watching the replay, I guess this looks kind of silly when they have that warded, but I'm pretty much just waiting there because I have ult up, so kind of just waiting to see if we can make a play on him. Sona has a lot of damage right now. She's 3-1 and 5 and has Archangels and Seekers, so she has a lot of damage with ultimate, with burst, and me and Sona alone can pretty much one-shot anyone on their team with our ultimates. So I'm just looking to make a play here. I think we are stronger than them as 4 right now, but they have 5 in the mid lane, so we're calling for Sivir to come group middle with us. And I think we end up engaging a fight in our jungle soon. Let's see. He might actually just pull off and do dragon here. Yeah, we should be pulling out right now. I think I tell Otter to pull it out. Because if you don't pull it out, then Lee Sin can just queue over for free. So we pull it out right there. And I look to block the Lee Sin queue, but he ends up hitting anyway, but it doesn't really matter. And Chris goes in. I'll just go to see the full team fight here. I go around this way because I want to get into their carry line. So I go on Thresh here and then immediately go on Vayne, use my ultimate on her, burst her down, and then we probably don't catch Kha'Zix there. Or Chris may actually kill him. I look to go around on Riven here. I can just kind of tank tower. I do miss my Zenith Blade, but it doesn't really matter. I'm able to just walk up to her anyway, and she goes down. So you notice my positioning that team fight. I'll rewind again so we can watch it again, just to see. I think I actually fast forwarded it by accident. So Olaf lands axe on Thresh. She goes in that way, but I don't want to go through this box. This box right here is zoning me out because I would have to walk through this wall, and well, he pops that wall, but I would still have to walk through the other wall. So I come around. I'm just gonna run past Riven because I see that she's so far away from our carry line that it doesn't really matter. And I go on Thresh here, get a stun on him. I probably should have stunned Kha'Zix instead, but then I just immediately go on Vayne as soon as she shows herself, get the ultimate on her, me and Malachi burst her down, no problem, and then we get the chase down on Kha'Zix. I know that he's already going to die from the rest of our team, so I just go around this way to catch Riven, make sure we can get the kill on her as well, kind of cut her off here, and yeah, she has nowhere to go, and she'll just die from that. And we get another tower push off this, and yeah, I think we just go by after this. And I wish I would have been recording this game live so you guys could see kind of like the shot calling that I was doing in chat. That's one of the things that you guys don't really get to see in my live commentaries, is because I'm too busy talking that I don't actually get to type in game, which is why I don't like doing live commentaries for ranked, is because I feel like I play much worse when I'm not typing to my team, because that's like a big part of carrying as support, in my opinion, is being the shot caller for your team and kind of making plays around the map. So, yeah, we're just gonna keep roaming around. I think I might actually, let's see how long this video is right now. This video is about 15 minutes. And how much longer do we have in this game? Okay, this game is only about 6 more minutes. I was gonna say I might just end the replay here because I kind of went over what I wanted to go over already, but we'll keep going through it just so you guys can see how I play Leona, I guess. I am pretty underleveled right now, so I'm trying to farm out this creep wave, and I believe I'm going to randoms right here because they have a full AD comp. Really bad team comp. We saw this in the EU LCS. I forget who it was. Anyway, I come down here, I pink that brush to make sure she doesn't know that I'm coming down, and she contends me back, but that's not going to do anything. Get stun on her, immediately use my ult afterwards, and she's going to go down. If your opponent does not have Merc Treads, then you can get away with using Q and ultimate, but if they have Merc Treads, you definitely want to wait, or any kind of tenacity reduction, like if they're 21 in defense, you don't really want to use your Q and then ultimate right after, because there's not enough of a delay. Actually, let's see, 1.25 seconds. No, it doesn't say what the delay is on ultimate. I believe the ultimate delay is like maybe 1 second, maybe 0.75, but then you have to add in like latency, lag, and stuff like that, and the fact that people can like flash during stun sometimes. There are some weird interactions that if they have any kind of CC reduction, you don't want to use your Q into ultimate. You want to use your Q and then wait for them to flash, use their escape ability, and then use your ultimate. Because if you Q and then ult, then they can just use their escape or flash, get out of it, if they have CC reduction. If they don't, then you're okay just doing it like I did in that situation. So Riven is kind of running around, and she's gonna die for free pretty much. We get the blue here. I soak XP. Oh darn, don't soak XP. Yeah, I'm just gonna stand here and kind of zone behind the tower. I always want to be in the front, so my as Leona, because that way my Zenith Blade is more of a threat. So you always want to be standing kind of in the front line as Leona, which is kind of weird because you're a support, but at the same time you're gonna be really tanky because you're Leona anyway. And I'll probably pick up a giant spell here. Actually, I don't. Okay, yeah, I do have enough gold for a giant spell. And pick up a pink ward for Baron, because we have all outer towers down now, so now is the time we want to start Baron pressure, because we don't really have a good siege comp. Our comp is really good for engaging, and because we're really good at engaging, the best thing to do is to bait Baron, because that way you get the enemy team in an open area, and you can just engage on them immediately as they come. So we have pretty good ward control here. I put a pink in the area in case we wanted to bait Baron, and because I know that they haven't been this far out yet, so there's no way they could actually have wards on Baron at this point. And we get a free Baron because they know that if they can test it, then we're just going to engage on them anyway. So they make the smart play of actually not trying to contest Baron, but at this point the game is pretty far to reach them anyway. As you can see, the 15k gold lead. And I tell my team here, get ready to dive. Well, I'm pinging for Sivir to come right now because this poor Sivir, she wanted to farm bottom or something, I'm not really sure. But I tell my team, get ready to dive. And this is a pretty weird dive, but I flash on a Kha'Zix and then immediately put my ultimate on Vayne. Not really a good ultimate. I get the slow on Riven and Vayne, but not much else out of that. Olaf is going ham on their carries right now, and this is a pretty awkward team fight overall. I come out, try to zone out Lee Sim, then I realize that the rest of my team isn't even going for him. So then I come down here, I think I go for Riven right here, and yeah, decide to go for Riven here. Pretty sure she lives from this. I catch the E on her, get the auto, but then because I autoed first, she gets a key strike off on me, or key burst off on me, and she's just gonna run away. And we just let her run at that point. I think Olaf chased her, and then we just end the game here. Yep, so anyway, the point of this replay was really to show you guys how you can turn a losing game into a winning game by just roaming, and if the enemy support doesn't roam to keep up with you, then you're just gonna run away with the game. So yeah, one of the problems with this strategy is I know in the lower elos especially, if you leave your lane, then your AD carry will just rage, and I'll just leave it at that. Sometimes your AD. Okay, I'll just go ahead and say it. This guy was raging pretty hardcore at me for laning phase, and that's part of the reason why I said, okay, I'm just gonna roam them because this lane is not going anywhere. So I realized that sometimes your AD carry will just rage, and they might even rage quit the game. But think about it like this: there are two scenarios. Scenario 1, you stay in bot lane and continue to lose, and then you lose the game regardless. Scenario 2, you leave lane, risk the chance of your AD carry rage quitting, but then you still have a chance of winning the game if you're able to make plays. So when you look at it like that, you might as well just go for scenario 2, try to make plays, and go for that small chance of your AD carry rage quitting rather than just losing the game automatically by staying in bot lane. The biggest advice I can give you when you're playing support is to never put yourself on an island. Don't be a top laner. Right? You don't want to be... Supports do not function like top laners. You're not a split pusher. You're just not a split pusher. You're not going to be pushing down towers or anything. You just want to roam. Don't ever put yourself on an island as a support. You always want to be roaming around the map looking to make plays. So that is my best advice, and hopefully you guys can see how I utilized Leona's roaming potential to roam middle in this game, and yeah, make plays in mid lane and turn around the game. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you guys learned something, and I'll probably be maybe uploading more replay videos of my ranked escapades with the new season or whatever. I haven't had the best luck so far. I'm 2-3 in my promos right now, or my placements. The first game was this game. The next two games I had AFKs in both of them, which was awful. The fourth game I won, and then the fifth game my internet DC'd, and my internet went out for like 4 hours. So yeah, that sucked. I feel really bad about losing that game for my team also, because I mean my internet never DCs. It's like super random that it happened, but anyway, hopefully I can pull back and go and finish 7-3 and get placed in Plat 1. I think Plat 1 is the highest you can get placed. I know people got placed in Plat 1 going like 8-2, so hopefully I can get placed in Plat 1 and just continue to climb, because man, climbing is not fun in my opinion. So I just want to get back to Diamond 1 and get back to playing with good players. That's all I want to do. Anyway, I rambled on at that ending way longer than I thought. Way longer than I wanted to. So anyway, see you guys for the next video. Bye.